Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going that way?
We're not going that way now.
The front wheel's locked up, mate.
Is it Klim or is it Climb? Well, that was all a bit dramatic, wasn't it? I was just coming to the end of the track and struggling a little bit in the clay top road there. I thought I'd just give the bike a little bit more juice, and the arse end swung around and threw me onto the ground. There was enough impact there, or enough propulsion, I suppose, acceleration, that it actually deployed my airbag vest. You're looking at me now and you're probably thinking, geez, Marty's putting on a lot of weight. Well, I'm actually wearing the Klim airbag vest under this jacket. And the reason I'm doing that is because a lot of people ask me, what's it like when it goes off under your jacket? Well, it's okay. As long as you've got a bit of room in your jacket, it's pretty good. I can feel the pressure around the neck here. It's got a built-in neck brace. It's got two sort of big tubes that go through here and a couple up the back there. So a lot of protection there. When I come down quite hard. This is all the original Flinders Rangers mud on me. I was riding this bike here, come down quite hard on the left side. Riding with, I suppose, semi-fractured ribs. They're pretty much at the end of their repair stage, probably 8 weeks ago now, so I was more worried about that. But the airbag itself took a lot of impact here, so I come down like that, so I was a little bit shielded here, a lot of impact here, and my left leg, and I ended up, I suppose, walking around for about 4 or 5 days with a bit of a limp. And right up until now, I've still got a bit of a limp because this is the leg I damaged some time ago, probably about 2 years ago. So it set me back a little bit because we were on a Flinders Classic at the time, and I was leading a ride which we had about 7 adventure bike riders with us, and we had record rains up there, so a lot of the tracks were really slippery. So yeah, it went off, and it went off in, I think it was, I don't know, a microsecond. I'll tell you what the stats on that are in a minute. And I bloody felt the back swing, thrown off the bike to the left, and I was probably about a quarter way off the bike, and it went boof. The accelerometer detected it, ignited the argon gas, filled the chambers. I hit the ground, game over. And from that point, it probably took about 3 or 4 hours for the actual vest to go down, so it does go down quite slow. So you're probably wondering why it's still inflated now. Well, I've actually inflated it with a bike pump. Part of the procedure of checking it, replacing the argon canister, which is this here, see if we can get a close up. This here, this is the old one, is to pump it up with a bike pump, put a few PSI in it, and just check it for leaks. So let me drag this off and give you a look at what it is underneath it. Let's have a look what it looks like. Oh, where's my mic? Here's the jacket fully inflated. Airbag vest. It's probably only about 50% inflated at the moment. It is going down slowly. It's quite firm, snug, I suppose. This is an XL size. It has these stretchy pads on the side here, so it gives you a lot of room to move and stuff like that. Is it comfortable to wear? Yeah, absolutely. It's just like wearing a normal vest, I suppose. It's not overly hot, but I haven't tested it in summer. It's the middle of winter here in Australia at the moment, so we'll see what it's like in winter. I don't really feel it under the jacket itself. One of the things I did do when I put it on, I pulled out the jacket's protection, back protection, and also the front pads, which are only flimsy bits of foam like that. Took them out, and this is the reason why. The actual jacket itself, the air vest, comes with this built in to the back. So that's your back protector. I think it's CE2 level. It's quite good, it's flexible, actually molds to your back, and there are also 2 panels inside here. So, as I was saying, I'm going to rip this jacket off. Let's put this aside. Okay, it's a quick way to lose weight. So there it is, there's the pads inside there, and it's slowly going down. This is the brains of the operation. This is the technology sitting here. This is what you're paying for more so than all of this. All right, so this item here, you've connected up with an app. You've got an app on your phone, download an app like that. App talks to that. When you switch this on, switch your app on, it uploads all the latest and greatest data from the InMotion company. This is InMotion. I'll show you what that is in a minute. InMotion. So what InMotion do is they analyse all the accidents around the world, I suppose, where these jackets are involved, and it analyses data, and the algorithm, all that sort of stuff that's in it, gets updated. I don't know a lot about that stuff. All I know is that it works. You don't need to have the app running to have this running, as long as it's charged up. I think you get about 20 hours or something like that out of the battery, so plenty of riding time. It doesn't really take that long to charge it up. This is fully removable. Can be a bit of a pain to remove, but well, that wasn't too bad, was it? So that's all that is. You need that in there. If that's not in there, it won't deploy. It's got to be in, it's got to be switched on, it's got to be locked on, and your lights have to be showing green there. So I won't go for all that. There's plenty of reviews on YouTube about this vest, on how all this works. I won't go for all that sort of technology. Let's put that aside. I don't want to drop that. So in here, pretty simple really. Let's open it up. That's not included. That's my bike pump. So let's rip this off. Take this off. It's going to deflate pretty quickly. Now, when you've got the jacket on with the canister, it can take it up to about 4 hours for it to deflate. Quick way to deflate it is to remove the canister, and it's going to go down straight away. So a bit of fumbling going on here, but we'll get it out. Oh, there we go. Tricky, but we got it. Alrighty, so that little piece there is something that you get in the kit when you buy a new canister. That's so you can do your check, do your inspection of the jacket itself, pump it up and check for leaks and tears and all that sort of stuff. So it's, I suppose, a necessary item to make sure it's okay. Each canister, each one of these, fires once. Once you've used it, that's finished. You have to put in a new one. Unfortunately, they're not very cheap. I think this was about $175 plus $10 delivery. I bought 2 of these from Adventure Moto here in Australia, so I got free delivery. So let's have a look. So that basically just winds. You take this off, this little canister off here, plug that in, and then you plug in the electronics, this stuff here, put it in, reset it, scan it with your app to let InMotion know that you put a new one in, reset it and all that sort of stuff, and you're pretty much right to go. So let's have a look at the canister. It comes with it. Try to put it here without dropping it, going everywhere. So this is what you get. That's the box. Let's see if we can get this out easy without dropping it. Don't want to drop it. It's a fully pressurised cylinder here. So let's have a look. So there it is. That's a brand new one. So that's ready to go into the jacket itself, vest, what you want to call it. So you can see it hasn't been used. Grab the old one. You can see the difference in colours. One's all mucky and that's gone off. This one here hasn't. So yep, pretty good. Alrighty, let's put that aside. I'm not going to show you how to recharge it and all that sort of stuff. As I said, there's plenty of videos on that. I'll probably put a couple of links down the bottom as to where you can find it from. Just got to go to my cheat sheets here. A few notes I made. So, I suppose, why did I buy one of these vests? Well, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple indeed. I've had a couple of accidents on the bike over the years. Some people say I come off the bike a lot, but I actually don't. If you look at how many times I've come off in the 30, 40 years, it's not a real lot. So I've had a 12 years ago, broke neck in 3 places. From that point on, started wearing a neck brace. You buy one of these, it's got a built-in neck brace, so I don't have to spend $400 or $500 on new neck brace, which I was about to replace my current one. Grampians, broke 3 ribs. If I was wearing this, maybe it would have saved me. Didn't do much for my knee. I'll be getting some pod knee braces. But at the end of the day, this jacket, I think in Australia was about $950 delivered, fully charged, ready to go. The app, I believe it was about $120, $130 a year. Don't quote me on that. I'll put some links down the bottom. The app, as I said, keeps you up to date with all the relevant software and the like. So the reason I bought it is obviously to protect the torso and to try to survive in this world a little bit longer. So I am intending to do a bit more outback sort of riding, aggressive riding and that. So I want to make sure that, you know, if something does go wrong out there, hopefully it's not too serious, that this year will save me, save my neck, save my torso and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, alrighty. So the magic lies within the jacket itself, within all that software, within this piece here. When it senses a crash, senses that you're going to need some assistance, it goes off bloody quick, and it's not a big bang or anything like that. It's just a poof like that, and you feel it. Obviously, you're going to feel the compression, and you feel it when you land. It's sort of a bit of a bounce, actually, which takes a fair bit to make me bounce. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to get the algorithm. You don't need it, or I should say the subscription. You don't need it. You can ride without it. It will still work, but the algorithm software updates is going to give you the latest and greatest sort of stuff on. So I think the big question is it worth it? Yeah, it is, absolutely. So at the end of the day, I suppose if you have an accident, you've got some serious injuries, it's going to cost you a lot, isn't it? It's going to cost you a loss of time at work, rehabilitation, the actual medical expenses, retrieval and all that sort of stuff. And I do a lot of, I suppose, outback riding and the like. And, you know, to retrieve someone from up there, it could be 5, 6, 7 hours to get somebody out, or even days in some spots and that. So this may be to save you. When it goes off, you know, you think to yourself, shit, that's $175 that accident's just cost me. It's actually a lot of money, and I think these are overpriced for what they are. I'm hoping the price will come down, but at the end of the day, if it's going to save you, it's money well invested. Okay, so these vests are now become mandatory in things like Dakar racing, a lot of the enduro off-road events and the like, horse racing, they're putting them into that, show jumping and the like. So you're going to see more and more of these vests out there, and hopefully the price will eventually come down on them and make them a lot more, I suppose, affordable for a lot of people. Close to $1,000 investment is a fair bit, but at the end of the day, you probably spend $1,000, $2,000 on a good helmet. Some people spend $1,800 to $2,000 on a jacket. So realistically, it's not too bad at all. So I'm going to sign off from here. I'm going to go recharge this jacket, put it all back together. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to go out for a ride. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and all that sort of stuff. Really appreciate your support. Just a bit of a word of caution with the battery pack when inserting it into the jacket. You've got to make sure that it locks in there nice and solid. Now, you don't want to see any red there. You don't want to see too much of a gap there. You want to make sure that's really locked in. There is a potential that you can put it in halfway and the red section there disappears and this looks all the way down. You think, hey, it's okay, it should be okay, but it's only half in and it could quite easily fall out. And I'll just give you a bit of an example. See if I can pull it back a little bit. They're bloody bit fiddly, this whole setup. It's not the greatest of designs. I think in Motion or Klim could do a bit more work on that. So trying to get it back in be a bit of a pain too. You've got to have it perfectly aligned, and which can be a little bit difficult at times. See, you think you got it in. There we go. So going a little bit further. See that? How you got the red there? So make sure that's all the way in. Just like that. And hopefully it won't fall out.